They say your life flashes before your eyes right before you die. That's a lie. I don't remember a thing about the exact moment my head met the pavement. 1 second, I was crossing the street like any other Tuesday, probably wondering if I'd remembered to DVR the show my wife, Clarissa, wanted to watch. The next, screeching tires, blinding headlights, and then nothing, like someone yanked the power cord on my brain. Here's what I learned later, courtesy of paramedics who had front-row seats to my impromptu flight attempt. I went airborne like a circus reject, then hit the asphalt in full ragdoll mode. By the time the ambulance arrived, I was already on vacation in unconsciousness land. County General was next. Machines, wires, bright lights. Dr. Rivas looked at my scans and knew it wasn't going to be a take-two aspirin kind of night. Broken ribs, head trauma, internal bleeding. He did what good doctors do. He called my emergency contact. He put my phone on speaker, hands busy keeping me alive. The phone rang. Clarissa answered. And she sounded casual. Restaurant noise in the background. Silverware. Laughter. Like a telemarketer had called during her appetizer. "Mrs. Hart," Dr. Rivas said, steady and professional. "Your husband has been in a serious accident. He's in critical condition. You need to come in immediately." "I can't," she said. 2 words. A knife to the gut. "I'm having dinner with my ex-boyfriend. I can't leave." No panic, no, "Is he okay?" Just, "I can't." The doctor tried again. "Ma'am, tonight might be his last. He may not survive until morning." Silence. Then a dial tone. The nurses traded looks, the kind you save for the coldest people you meet in this job. Somewhere inside the blackout of my brain, a tiny part of me filed it away. Remember this. 2 days later, I woke up. Fluorescent lights like runway beacons. Mouth full of pennies. Chest screaming every time I breathed. Enter Elena, the night shift nurse with the patience of a saint and the voice of a calm ocean. She explained how close it was. Minutes mattered. I'd rolled the dice and somehow lucked out. Then I asked the question any married person asks after a near death. "Has my wife been here?" Elena looked at the floor. "No one has been here." "For you," she said softly. "No one." Later, through paper-thin walls, I heard Elena tell another nurse. "We called his wife. She chose dinner with her ex over coming in, even after we said he might not make it." Something in me hardened. Years of tiny red flags, from canceled plans to late nights to "you're being paranoid," snapped into focus. This wasn't one bad decision. It was the truth finally saying itself out loud. On night 4, Elena asked, "Do you want me to try calling her again?" "No," I said, "but I'll leave her something." I took a hospital notepad and wrote 3 sentences. "You were told I might die and you didn't come. You chose your comfort over my life. I survived without you and from now on I will live without you." 33 words. No poetry, no bargaining. Just truth. I left the note on the bed. The plan formed quietly. Not revenge, not drama. Freedom. When I was medically cleared, I disappeared the way real people do. Quietly, methodically, leaving no breadcrumbs. A small coastal town 2 hours away. A furnished studio above a cafe called The Daily Grind, owned by a retired Navy vet, Patrick Hale, who didn't ask questions he didn't need answered. "First month and deposit," he said. "Coffee every morning. No drama." Perfect. I paid with money Clarissa didn't know about. Slowly saved from freelance gigs for years. A rainy day fund for the kind of storm you don't see coming. Mornings were coffee and the harbor. Afternoons were quiet. My phone, silent. No apologies. Crafted by Google. No guilt trips, no "I'm proud of you," but messages. Meanwhile, back home, reality did what reality does. Word got around. Nothing private, just the clinical fact that a spouse declined to visit during a critical condition. People connect dots. Patterns surface. Her influencer friends stopped defending her after the comments roasted them both. Invites dried up. Followers drifted away. The brand cracked. I wrote an article. Dinner was more important, under the name Mason Shore. I didn't name her. I didn't need to. I told the truth. I almost died alone, and it taught me who I was married to. It went viral. Thousands shared their own versions. Missed surgeries for ball games, skipped funerals for spa weekends, graduations overshadowed by custody meetings. A men's mental health group asked me to speak, then divorce recovery circles, therapists, counselors. I wasn't a guru, just a guy who stopped pretending. 6 months later, I gave a talk in the city where my marriage died. Afterward, while signing books, I saw her, Clarissa, hovering by the exit. No designer armor, no spotlight glow, smaller. She waited until the room emptied. "Mason," she said quietly, "I didn't know you'd written a book." "Funny thing," I said, packing a stack of paperbacks. "Almost dying gives you a lot to write about, especially when no one comes." She flinched. "I'm sorry," she said. "I didn't think it was that serious." And there it was, the thesis of our marriage. Nothing about me was ever serious enough to inconvenience her plans. "You were told it might be my last night," I said. "A doctor said I might not make it to morning. That's the whole story." She searched for a way to reframe it. There wasn't one. Some actions define you. "I'm sorry," she repeated. "Good to hear," I said, and went back to packing. Our conversation ended there. That night, back in my studio, my phone buzzed. A text from her. "I'm proud of you. Come home." 5 words that told me everything. Proud of me. Like a pet. Come home. Like home was still where she was, not where peace was. I stared for 30 seconds. No anger, no ache, just clarity. I deleted the message and made coffee. Out the window, harbor lights trembled on black water. Boats came and went on tides and weather, not on someone's mood swings. I realized home isn't a person who treats your needs like optional. Home is the place you can breathe without asking permission. She can keep her pride and her invitation. I'll keep my coffee, my quiet mornings, and the lesson I bled for. You can't love someone into loving you. You can't loyalty someone into being loyal. You can, however, believe what they show you and act accordingly. So here's my question for you. What would your life look like if you stopped accepting treatment that makes you small? If you stopped making excuses for people who choose their comfort over your well-being? Sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even. It's getting free. The lighthouse turns, the boats keep sailing, and life gets better when you stop waiting for permission to live it on your terms. To ask ChatGPT.